All right, welcome everyone to the Daily High. I will be your only host, Tone Vase. Matt is still recovering from a broken nose that happened during sparring. Hopefully, he will start joining us next week. Go ahead and throw in if the audio is good, the video is good. I'm not looking at the YouTube channel, just on the restream where I do see your live chat. Feral analysis. Thanks for joining us early in the morning. Not sure if you caught my stream from last night, but those that are curious, my this yesterday was the first stream in a series of streams that has to do with longevity and fitness. You can see it right there. I show my before and after pictures from July to December, and I will do these streams every day for the next 7 days because I am doing a 7 day dry fast. And on each stream, I will talk about a different aspect of, health that I let me go from this to this in 5 months. Also, there was no TRT involved. There was no peptides involved. There was no injections of any kind involved. No needles involved other than blood draws. Uh, and I took my shirt off on the video as well. So this was me in December, and this was me last night. So you can see it on the stream. But let's see how much muscle I will lose during the 7 day dry fast. Hopefully, I don't lose too much muscle. And if I do lose any muscle, it will be even easier to get it back because I just did it a few months ago. So you can go ahead and check out this video. I only keep my shirt off for like a few minutes, but this is basically, I went from having being just, as Matt refers to me as skinny fat, to something respectable on the beach. And so go ahead and check that out. Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin. What time Say Fitness stream? Probably this afternoon. I want to put together an agenda. Not as late as last night, a lot earlier than last night. I want to be in bed an hour earlier tonight than tomorrow. Okay. Get your questions ready and maybe post them, like ask your questions on X. You can reply to my pinned post. You can also reply to in the last live stream. So you can throw your questions in, and I'll see if I can think about some of them before we start the stream. Monthly chart, nothing to say. Weekly chart, not much to say because today is Thursday. I know we're on the back end of the week. We're back into this middle area. I don't like this candle, but I don't want to give up on Bitcoin yet. The daily chart is where I want to be. And wow, this stream is about 7 minutes late for the 10 a.m. reversal. So let's actually go to the 5 minute chart. I want to see when Bitcoin reversed. Bitcoin reversed at 9:45. The 9:45 candle reversed Bitcoin. When I was prepping the stream, it was 9:45, and the thumbnail is by the dip. The thumbnail was there for about 15 minutes. So I put the thumbnail in just as Bitcoin was recovering. And the reason I did that is because I do like this buy the dip opportunity off of the moving average crossover. The moving average crossover is beautiful right here. We pulled right into the cross. We are breaking the MRI bullish count, but that's okay. You can see that I drew the arrows here for a pullback into the death cross. And let's see how this works out. I think this is a decent opportunity to take a shot at buying the dip. And you know exactly when you are wrong. Either the price of Bitcoin crashes below 88,000 or we close the daily candle below 89,000. Either of those two things would exit me out of the buy the dip trade. So the buy the dip trade is happening right now. It started happening 25 minutes ago. And I would cancel this trade on an intra candle move below 88, or or a candle close below 89. And of course, everything has some wiggle room to the downside and upside. If I'm not comfortable and Bitcoin is slightly above 89, I would exit. If I feel comfortable and Bitcoin is slightly below 89, I might stay. So that would be kind of my trading plan for the day if I was more focused on actively trading instead of putting an agenda for dry fasting day one. I have been on a dry fast for the last 14-ish hours. 25-ish hours. 25, 26 hours. No, I'm sorry. No, it is 14 hours. I had dinner last night and I had my last sip of water or coconut water right before my evening stream. So I've only been dry fasting for 14 hours. I think every single person watching has done this at some point in their life. At some point, you went to bed after not drinking or eating for a few hours and you slept uh, longer than you normally do, and then you were lazy about getting a drink of water in the morning. I think every single person in the world has done a 14-hour dry fast at one point or another. So there's nothing special going on right now. But by this time tomorrow, now I would be on a day and a half of dry fasting. And now we're entering a realm where 90% of people have never been. And once we enter 48 hours of no food, no water, now I'm in the sub 1% category of all human beings. Okay, so I still think this is a good opportunity to buy the dip off of the moving average cross. In fact, in my educational stream on TA, I literally teach the best time to buy the moving average crossover is when the price pulls into the cross. This is as textbook as it gets, and I think this is a great opportunity to buy Bitcoin. And you know exactly when you're wrong. Here's the short-term chart. We're continuing to rise past 90. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. Let's see if there's any MRI indications. I really like this candle. Unfortunately, it wasn't an MRI buy candle. The MRI buy candle came at 5 in the morning. I don't like that time period, 5 in the morning New York time. But this morning's 9 a.m. candle is absolutely the perfect reversal candle. I did speculate that we could pull back into this blue line. We fell slightly below this blue line. So as long as we rally above this blue line and go up today, I'm going to consider it as the blue line being support. If we stay below this blue line for over half a day, I would consider this blue line being broken. So we have about 3 to 4 more hours. We have till the end of trading day. Let's give it till the end of trading day. Let's give it till the end of this daily candle in order for us to be sufficiently above this blue line. Anything above 91,000 is sufficiently above the blue line, and that would make me pretty bullish going into tomorrow and then going into the weekend. Not much else to say, guys. I don't want to say too much. I have another stream coming up today on longevity and fitness. With my day 2 of the dry fast stream, we are going to take a look at gold and silver here. This is the monthly chart of gold. Here is the which I think has topped. Here is the weekly chart of gold, which I believe will top later this month. And here is the daily chart of gold, which I believe has potentially topped. So let's see how this goes. On the silver side, here is the daily chart of silver. It's possible silver has topped. I would like to see silver go into the 90s so I can get a better short trade. Here is the weekly chart of silver. Silver weekly is set for a top next week. And silver monthly should have topped a few months ago, like 2 months ago. So silver is in a bit of a topping pattern as well. I want to buy the gold-silver ratio. I talked about it on prior streams. Oil looks very bearish. And S&P 500, that's the 1-minute chart. S&P 500 bottomed at 10:02. What a beautiful 10 a.m. reversal. What a perfect 10 a.m. reversal. Here's the 9:45 reversal. Okay, sorry, it's a 1-minute chart. Let's get out. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. There was a 9:45 reversal and then a back test that did not create any new lows at 10 a.m. Anywhere over here is a buying opportunity. Beautiful 10 a.m. reversal to the upside. You had two chances. That is rare, but you had two chances to do it. And if you took the first chance, there would have been you could have stuck around through the second because the lows were not broken. The swing low wasn't lower and closing low wasn't lower on a 5-minute candle. So even if you took the first by 10 a.m. trade, this should have been a winning trade and you're probably still in it. If you took the winning trade at 9:45 a.m. and got scared and exited break even, you had a second chance to buy upon the break of this morning's swing highs. So either way, I would be bullish in the S&P right now. I would be in long trades right now in the S&P. And the daily chart looks great. All right, guys, that is it. I'm going to glance at your live stream, at your comments real quick. Tone, based on your fitness journey, would love to hear your take on HHS new food pyramid and dietary guideline. I haven't seen the dietary guideline. I've seen their food pyramid. I don't like it. I don't like it. They turned the pyramid upside down. They put a bunch of crap on there that no human should be eating. I don't like it. I don't know why there's frozen peas on that thing. I'm not happy with but for all the time, like it took them a year to draw this monstrosity. I could have done a better job with a graphic. I mean, I'm not good with AI, but if I knew graphic design AI, I could have designed them a better pyramid in 20 minutes. Look, it's good. It's significantly better than it was. I like that, but come on, it's I'm sorry. The picture is ugly as hell. I had to like zoom in to see what the hell is in that thing. As terrible as the old pyramid was, at least they did a good job drawing the damn thing. So I'm very disappointed in the representation of the guideline. I think the guideline is good, but the representation is terrible. Another live stream from the pyramids, sitting with the laptop on a camel. Not anytime soon, guys. I don't want to keep traveling. I'm trying to settle down somewhere. Maybe it'll be here where I am in Roatan. Okay, this chart makes absolutely no sense. Let me refresh this. BTFD, that's right. Any consideration? I don't care about the gaps. No comment on the gaps. Tone, on the MRI, can you make alerts available on the MRI top and bottom? There are alerts available, but it's not me. There's a service called tradingmri.com, and it is a paid service. I think someone's still managing this. It's a paid service, and it has all the alerts. I should reach out to this person, and maybe this year I'm going to do a little more work with this company. There are alerts for the MRI. Okay, let's go to a short-term chart here. Oh, beautiful. We're rising. Can you switch to a 4-hour chart? Sure. A 4-hour chart's coming up on an MRI buy. That would be nice. We haven't had a 4-hour MRI buy in a while. We had one back here, and we did fairly well. So I'm looking forward to a 4-hour MRI buy. If we can go a little bit lower on the close on the 4-hour, we will catch that 4-hour MRI buy. Tesla. Haven't seen Tesla in a while. They were breaking to new highs. So I would have been bullish on Tesla. I'm still bullish, but it's more neutral looking. The monthly is bullish. The weekly is leaning slightly bearish, and the daily is at an MRI buy. Beautiful. I don't like the fact that it's below the moving averages, but this is another buy the dip. I would be buying this dip if I was an active trader. And my stop loss is very easy. My stop loss, you know what? I'll put this in. My stop loss would be right here. That's where my stop loss would be. I don't really have a target, but something like that. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that. I mean, if I was an active trader, I would have been seeing it earlier. I'm going to go to a 10-minute chart, and I would have bought the 10 a.m. reversal like I would on stocks. So that's opening candle. And this is the 950 candle. So I would have been buying probably here the break of the 950 candle. So this is where my buy would have been, right here. At the top, on this green candle, breaking the top of the red candle, that would have been a realistic buy for me if I'm trying to catch Tesla on an MRI buy. I'm not going to sit here and say I would have bought at the market open. I never buy market open. I would have bought the 10 a.m. candle as it's breaking above. So that would have been my buy at 431. 431.23 would have been my buy. Whether that's using options, whether that's using the stock, that doesn't really matter. And my stop loss would be just below 124. So my stop loss would be 123.86. Seems like a reasonable number. Let's see how this works out. I'm going to leave that on here. Remind me to look at Tesla next week if I forget. Thoughts on defense stock EVTL? Never heard of it. Very bullish. Daily is very bullish. Weekly is very bullish. Green star next week. And monthly is very bullish. Okay, guys, the US government's going to go into more wars, so defense companies will do well. Oh, wow, it's only a $6 stock. Vertical Aerospace, that's an IPO that dropped a lot, and now they're coming out of it. They dropped a little too much for my liking. 96% is a little steep, but yeah, it looks good actually. Shit. Good find. Good find. Very good find. IWM is just like the S&P. What's my workout schedule? I'll do a whole video on a workout schedule. Just watch, subscribe to my personal channel. I'm sure you are. Weirdly, frozen vegetables have more vitamins than fresh ones. I find that very hard to believe. I'm going to call bullshit on that. Because most of your frozen vegetables probably come from China. WLF. I don't even eat vegetables. I'm not a vegetable expert. I don't know what the hell that is. It looks like a shit coin. I'm not going to look at it. Roatan Island is very safe. Just like Margarita Island, Venezuela is safe. Islands are very safe. Is it safer than Panama? The country of Panama is probably the second safest country in all of Latin America after El Salvador. Before Bukele, Panama was the safest country in all of Latin America. Uh, Panama is still a very, very safe country, but is the entire country of Panama safer than the island of Roatan? The island of Roatan is probably safer than the country of Panama, but uh, the country of Honduras is one of the more dangerous countries in all of Latin America. So you just gotta, you can't compare a small island to a nation state. Tony, you should check out Darko Velsek for health. Never heard of him. I'll try and remember. Self-healing protocol. I mean, there's so many health gurus out there. It's really hard to separate good from bullshit. I'll Google him so I don't forget. Darko Velsek. Never heard of him. I'll Google him. I'll check. I'll check out something that he's done. But I'll see. He better catch my interest in video 1, otherwise there won't be a video 2 to watch. All right, last question. Looks good, still pumping, beautiful. Look at MP chart, Material Corporation. Monthly looks very bullish, guys. I like this. Needs a green star on a monthly, but looks great. Weekly looks very good. Green star next week. And daily, very good, coming up on an MRI buy. Well, daily is not great. Has a lot of resistance overhead. I mean, buying this yesterday would have been better. If I was actively watching this stock, when would I have realistically bought in? Realistically, I would have bought in yesterday as it's breaking the prior candle's high. So maybe remind me in a bit. I'm going to kind of cheat, but I'm going to say the buying opportunity was here. Wait, why is this short? No, that makes no sense. Oh, that's because that's the short trade. That's the long trade. The buying opportunity was here. I mean, it's still a buying opportunity, but if you want it perfect, the buying opportunity was there. And like, I think this can go into the MRI resistance line. But yesterday's candle, the break of the prior candle's high, and because today we're trading higher, I would already raise the stop loss to yesterday's candle low. And if tomorrow we trade up, I would raise the stop loss to break even. But getting into it today is also not a terrible idea. So this would be, if I was using daily candles, this would kind of be my target. And you can't see the target because we're in the same month. Oh yeah, there's the target at okay, that is my target up there. Yeah. So I'll try and remember or remind me to look at it again. We'll see how it goes. I'm the guru now. No, not even close. I'm just going to tell you guys what I did and how I did it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. No, I'm not on a, I'm mostly carnivore, but I do eat carbs. I eat sweet potato. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Check out my video from yesterday where I took my shirt off to show what I look like as I begin the dry fast day 1. Today is day 1. There'll be a day 1 video of the dry fast. I may take off my shirt every video so you guys can see what happens during a dry fast and how much muscle a person can lose. But I will get it back. I'm not worried. And that's the video on YouTube. All right, it's got almost 1,000 views now. Thanks, guys. See you all on the next one.